I can't wait to show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're looking at the McFarlane Toys Borderlands 3 Psycho action figure. Now I must forewarn everybody, I bought this figure to be used in my Batman action figure world. Who could not use an extra Psycho in their Batman world? As you can see, I've got the Asylum background behind him. I do know what Borderlands is, I'm familiar with it, I know about the Psycho character, but I bought this to be used in my Batman world. If that bothers you, you may not want to go further in this video. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging here. As you can see, it's Borderlands 3, ages 12 plus, the Psycho. Looks like inside here he's got a stand, a knife, and this other contraption here. So as you can see, he's in orange pants, just like someone from an asylum or jail. He's got sort of the mask and sort of prison attire. The top here, not really much going on. You can see McFarlane Toys with the Spawn logo. On the side, Borderlands 3. Other side, Borderlands 3. On the bottom, there's a barcode in case any of you need it, as well as a bunch of credits. And on the back, you can see we've got sort of the logo for the game, and then several of the other figures from this game. I did also get Krieg for the same purpose as this guy, and decided to pass on the other two. And yes, I did actually end up getting two of these guys. My intent is kind of use them as random Arkham Asylum inmates or psychos, sort of background character. Maybe he'll be in this jail cell in the background here. So no further ado, let's open them up. Alright, well now that we got these guys out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. They come with a borderline stand, a knife which seems to be stuck in the sheath and is not removable, and then we've got the buzz axe. But before we look at their accessories, let's check out the actual figure. So he's kind of done in that unique Borderlands animation style. You can see his detail here. He's got that logo on his mask, looking kind of deranged, almost like a little gas mask, psycho mask. He's got spiked brass knuckles on his hands, spikes on his wrist here. He's got chains around his belt. He's got his belt here. You see his abs painted on there, some blood splatter. His yellow sort of prison or asylum pants. He's got several grenades or smoke bombs attached to his belt. Overall, looking pretty cool. He looks like he's going to deliver on exactly what I wanted to use him for. An orange suited inmate or asylum member. So next, let's check out his actual accessories. First of all, we've got a Borderlands stand here. Of course, it has the name Borderlands, a little peg up here. Beyond that, just a little bit of plastic. I am not much of a stand guy. I prefer my action figures to just stand by themselves. So it's going to go into a huge bin of stands, never to be seen again. Next, we've got a knife here. It does have a little peg and attached to his waist, presumably. Of course, the knife does not seem to come out. It seems to be one solid piece, which is annoying. I love functioning weapon sheaths and holsters. They might as well just put this one on the guy to begin with. And then we've got his buzz axe. Now this thing's pretty cool. One thing I do want to point out, it has a little bit of articulation here. The buzzsaw can move. Definitely a nice little feature. A little bit smaller than the one that came with Krieg, but still cool nonetheless. And while he can hold the knife if you so desire, looks kind of ridiculous still being in the sheath here. Better to just attach it to his person and be done with it. And then as you can see, here it is attached at the side of his leg, attached to that strap there. I mean, it looks good for what it is, but a little bit annoying that it doesn't actually come out. And then here he is holding his buzz axe. I believe in the game he can either throw it or strike you with it. Whole bunch of psychos roaming the land, trying to kill you. And what's more psychotic than a buzz axe? A made-up weapon that is a buzzsaw and an axe combined. I mean, my word, definitely seems like something a psychopath would use. Seems like something straight up out of a horror film. Must say, looks pretty cool. The detail on this guy is pretty nice. His weapon's pretty nice. He's definitely going to be a great psycho for me. And look at these guys. Getting ready to go ape on each other with some buzz axes. It's going to be a huge bloodbath here in a moment. And then as you can see, Krieg's buzz axe is way bigger than Psycho's. And now that we've taken a pretty good look at their accessories, next let's check out the height of this figure. This is a McFarlane figure. They're usually the 7-inch scale. So from bottom to top, this guy's sitting at just about 7 inches. I'd say probably about 6.9 inches tall. Next, let's check out his articulation. So his head here, of course, it can go around from side to side. It can look up and down, not too much, but at least a little bit. His shoulders can go out a little bit more 90 degrees, pretty nice. Kind of like a ball joint inside of here. You can feel as it hits each little piece, it kind of clicks into place. Go forward, back, all that fun stuff. He's got a bicep cut below that. He's got single jointed elbows here, and it looks like they can rotate as well. Then his wrist, of course, it can rotate around, and it's hinged. There's no finger articulation. These sort of brass knuckles, spiked knuckles can't do anything either. He does have some articulation below the chest area. It can swivel around, and it can go forward and back a little bit as well, so there's some kind of ball joint inside of here. He has a traditional waist swivel below that. His hips looks like they can go out about that far, full 90 degrees. Then go forward about that far, back, really not too much. He's got single jointed knees beyond that, and there is a swivel below that. Then his feet here really can't do too much. They can kind of go up and down just a hair and rotate from side to side. This one here is really not doing much at all for me. And just out of curiosity, same thing here. This foot can move, and this one, it can move a little more on this guy. Not a lot of range of motion, but it does have a tiny, tiny bit of articulation there. And then just having a little bit of fun with the figure. If you take that pillar and put it in the middle of the cell, it almost makes it give the appearance there are two cells here, and works pretty good for my two different Psycho figures. And then while we're on the subject of psychos and jail cells, I have this 4x4 cell that came with the 3.75 inch scale DC Multiverse figures. This is for a oversized Killer Croc or Solomon Grundy from the Arkham world. Each one came with one piece of this, and if you got 4 of them, you could put this whole thing here together. It's not a bad set. It is hollow on top, which is a little bit annoying, hollow on the bottom, so you got to kind of provide your own floor. But it's a pretty cool little jail cell for a guy like him. And then over the years, I did get many of these on eBay. Like I said, they're hollow at the bottom. I just put a piece of square cardboard in to give each one a different floor so I can stack them on top of each other when I don't use them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things. And like I said before, got a total of 5 of these different jail cells. This is great for my 2 Kriegs, my 2 Psychos, and leaving room open for another Psycho of some sort. And I got this wrestling cage many years ago. I thought to myself, this thing's going to work for a pretty nice jail cell. As you can see, here's a couple of cops putting this guy into a cell here. And then as you can see, here's a couple police officers guarding the cell. And then on the inside, we've got the Psycho wanting to get out, the other one just sort of giving up, sitting on the bench. And then here's another accessory, which is pretty good for a Psycho. This is one of those gurneys. I believe this was from a NECA Silence of the Lambs figure. As you can see here, you could easily take him, push him around. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at some different things you can do with this guy and some accessories to enhance this figure, next let's check them out compared with some other action figures, starting with some other Prisoner and Inmate action figures. So first of all, here they are next to Krieg from Borderlands 3. This is the only other Borderlands action figure that I have. This guy met the same criteria. Orange jumpsuit, definitely looking like a psychopath or an inmate asylum. I'm hoping to maybe eventually I can track down the NECA Borderlands 2 Psycho figure. He really looks very similar to this one, but I'd like to get him anyway. Here they are next to a Hannibal Lecter figure. As you can see, this guy's definitely crazy. He's in his orange jumpsuit and straitjacket. Here they are next to an older DC Direct Lex Luthor figure, who always appeared to me to be in some sort of prison jumpsuit. And here they are with some of their McFarlane Toys brothers. These are 6 figures that I got from Walking Dead. This was Daryl from Walking Dead in his prison outfit. I bought 6 of them and head swapped the other 5, getting me some more inmates. And then here they are next to a couple of Diamond Select Barbara Keene action figures from Gotham. I had an extra one of these, so I popped a different woman's head on it. Just a couple of female prison inmates. And then here they are next to a few Mattel wrestling figures in some jumpsuits that I thought worked for some good prison jumpsuits. And then here they are next to a couple of Psycho figures from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. These guys came with the Gentleman figures. We're just some crazy psychos following them around throughout the episode. So I thought they worked good for some psychopaths in my action figure world. And then here they are next to a bunch of Mattel Multiverse Lex Luthor figures from Batman vs. Superman. This is from the end scene when he was in prison. I got 7 of these guys and head swapped 6 of them to have some more prisoners. And then here they are next to a couple of Breaking Bad figures from Mezco. Now these guys aren't in orange prison jumpsuits. They're actually in their lab suits as they're cooking up meth and whatnot. But I thought they worked pretty good for some orange prison jumpsuit figures. And then here they are next to some Mezco Sons of Anarchy figures. And these ones are in legitimate prison jumpsuits. And then here they are next to some custom-made prisoners. Most of these are from wrestling figures. On the left, you can see a couple of Joker thugs in prison jumpsuits. And on the right, just a couple of generic thugs in prison outfits. And then here they are with a Mafex Joker figure from Suicide Squad. He's in his Arkham pants and his straitjacket. And then here they are next to a couple of DC Direct figures from Arkham Asylum. This is Mr. Zsasz and Killer Croc. And as you can see, they're both in their orange prison outfits from the game. So all in all, I must say this is a decent figure. I mean, he's not great, but he definitely delivers on what I wanted him for, which is a psychopath or Arkham inmate. His articulation is okay. The paint job and detail is actually pretty nice on this guy. The sculpt's pretty good too. If I were to rate this figure, I'd probably give him a 6.5 out of 10. I'm not really a Borderlands fan. I don't hate Borderlands or anything, but I got this figure specifically to use my Batman world. And you know what? He did deliver on exactly what I was expecting. Some stuff I would probably do differently. Maybe I'll remove the grenades from his belt. That doesn't really make sense as an inmate there. Also, his spiked brass knuckles don't really work for an inmate either. But you know what? I'm willing to look the other way, put this guy in a cell, and be pretty happy with them. As you can see, I'm pretty obsessed with getting inmates and prisoners in my action figure world, and these guys will fit right in. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.